who is a community organizer. People in Ward 8 know him just like they know to sign Martin Luther King, because he's one of the we work shotgun together on the MLK parade, and Stuart does a whole lot in the Ward 8 community and outside of the community. But this time he's here to talk to us about the Black Fathers Matter motorcade. Welcome to the show, Stuart.
Hi, Denise. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come on the show and hang out with you. You know, you're one of my favorite people to hang out with. And thank you for that gracious introduction.
Yeah. So tell us, what is this Black Fathers Matter motorcade? I know this is the second year, and it sounds like we're gonna lock down the city. People are trying to go to Juneteenth celebrations or go to brunch are going to end up riding in a motorcade.
I don't want them to know that it's my fault that they get caught up and they go somewhere where they didn't want to go. But too often fathers are not. And this, y'all have talked about it all during the show so far about how fathers are kind of on the back burner. And so I've often said that part of the issues that we have in our communities and in our families is because fathers are not acknowledged as they should be. Fatherhood is not lifted up as is motherhood, and y'all have done a great job of saying that. And so what we've been doing, even before the motorcade, we were doing things to honor fathers, hanging out with Chuck Hicks and Frank Smith up the African American Civil War Museum. There would normally be some kind of an activity people would come to, and we'd talk about some historical icons that were fathers. And so the pandemic came, and everybody was like, well, we can't do that this year. Guess we won't do anything. And then Chuck said, Stu, what can we do? I said, I don't know. We do a motorcade. He said, oh, yeah. And the next thing I know, we're like a week out and we doing a motor. How we going to do it? So we pulled it together during the pandemic, during 2020. It was so successful that even though the mayor has opened up the city, and we're glad that she opened up the city, the members of the little committee said, we should still do our motorcade. I said, okay, here we go. So I had to get the map together, get a route together. And so it's all to really, we believe that if we encourage fatherhood, if we lift fatherhood up, if we put fatherhood out there, our younger fathers and some of our fathers who are trying to reconnect will want to do that. They'll want to get that stroking of fatherhood, if you will. So that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to inspire fatherhood.
You got a lot of symbols. I know last year you had the posters, the Black Fathers Matter poster. When our editor comes on, I mean, those posters are still being displayed in households and windows all over the city, which was a good move. But you also have these black balloons and the ribbons. What are those symbols of?
So we have the big banners that say Black Fathers Matter, Black Lives Matter, all over this route, all over the city. We've got like about 12 of them. So you ride by, you know that the motorcade is coming this way. But those smaller signs, and they never stop asking for them.
Exactly.
I didn't get t-shirts. We got to get t-shirts because they keep asking me. I had this t-shirt on, and people was like, where'd you get the t-shirt? Are you the only one? How can I get one? I don't know. I couldn't remember where I got. But the signs, right? I want to jump up and go get one. They are on my porch, right? 1,000 of them. And those signs will be spread all along the route, and we'll give them to people as we're putting them out there tonight. But those signs are to help us elevate and motivate. The balloons is about Black people. So that's why we put those balloons out there. They are symbolic of Black people all over the place. And the ribbons were, you know what you do with a ribbon, right? You tie.
Well, I used to put them in my hair.
Yeah, because you want what? You want your hair to be bunched up together.
Oh, so kind of sort of like ribbons, it is now.
There it is. Those ribbons are about tying Black folk together.
Right. I got you. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, you found it. Okay, yeah. So we got 1,000 of them on my front porch right now. And as soon as my team comes out of training with the mayor, man, I'm going to beg some of them to help me put them all along the route. and they'll be
amazing.
all over.
This is wonderful, and we're gonna do whatever we can too to help distribute if there's any left over, because we had some here and people would come by and say, can I get a sign? Can I get a sign? So I mean, I think it definitely makes a difference. It serves a very strong message. How can people get involved in the motorcade?
So if you want to get involved in motorcade, all you have to do is join us up at, I want to say 1920, but if I say this, it won't be wrong. Right there, Vermont and U Street, Vermont and S Street. If you come there at 11 o'clock on Sunday, June 20th, the actual day of celebrating fathers, we're going to have this motorcade and we're going to assemble there, and you can come get some Ben and Jerry's ice cream with me on the Black Motorcade Committee. And we're going to meet right there. We're going to dress up vehicles. Oh, I didn't tell you. And we're going to have African heritage drummers on a flatbed.
All right.
Different. We're adding to this thing.
So you're going from there to where?
So we will start in Ward 1. We will go down Florida Avenue into Ward 5. We're going to loop up around up West Virginia, down Mount Oliver, because we want to make sure that we're expanding this piece a little bit at a time, getting more people involved. Then we'll circle around, go 17th, go straight out Benning Road, and we will go into Ward 7. We're going to come straight down Minnesota Avenue, and it's going to be so, because people follow this thing. I mean, they walk alongside of it for a few blocks, then another group of people come, and it seemed like there's a whole bunch of people going with it. Y'all walked all the way here, but that's what it looks like.
Well, I drove through the city trying to find you all last week, and I knew where I was near because there were always people out there with signs or something. I'm like, okay, they're near. And you're going to end where?
And we will end here in Ward 8 at the Big Chair. Okay. And so we're going to end right there. We normally go to the Rise, but Mochella done trumped us. Mochella kicked us to the curb. And so at the 9th hour, Stu got to find a new location. So we're going to end the procession right there at the Big Chair. We should be there. And you know, I'm a stickler for ending on time. 2 o'clock is the end time. So we're going to try to get there at 2 o'clock. And when we get there, the celebration is not over. The motorcade just ends. Because UPO is going to be out there, a number of other healthcare providers, somebody from DBH, mental health people will be out there. And I'm currently working with Steve Walker with the mayor's office, EOM, to try to get the vaccine mobile unit to be right there on W Street so that people at the end of the procession who haven't been vaccinated, because this is the theme of this piece, the host of this piece is fatherhood, but this is the get the shot effort. We're trying to get people to get the vaccine. We want to make sure we're doing our job to suppress the COVID pandemic by encouraging people to get the vaccine.
So, Stuart, we're running out of time, but I have one question that I want to ask you. I know that your organization personally, is the what is it? Tell me the name of it, because I just got brain freeze.
Family and Friends of Incarcerated People.
Family and Friends of Incarcerated People.
Yes.
And you were, if you don't mind me saying, of course, we're incarcerated for a period of time. You were away from your children, but you continued the connection. Talk about that for a minute and how you were able to maintain that and still be a part of your children's lives.
So in fact, at Union Temple, at the same time that I will be doing this motorcade, they're going to be honoring me as the father of the year or something. I said, well, I'm going to send some of my fathers. I can't be there because fatherhood is so important. When I went to prison, I was serving 45 years real quick, right? My youngest child was born while I was in prison. And I just vowed that I was going to stay involved in their life some kind of way. If they house me on the moon, I'm going to do something to be actively involved in their lives. And so I met people along the way, Tyrone Parker, Rico Russ, and the Alliance of Concerned Men, individuals, Justin and Heidi Brooks from Georgetown. That's when it started. Family Literacy Project we created together. Then it went to the Concerned Fathers piece under Tyrone Parker and them, and that didn't work out. I ran it, and Jordan, Carl Finley, and we began to work with Hope House. So I just kept trying to stay connected with somebody outside that could keep me connected physically with my children. But I have my children's, their mothers, they are great women, and they worked to have that relationship as strong as it could possibly be. They did everything in their power. They went out of their way to make sure I had the access to them. Even when they themselves were mad with me, they would say, "You can take them. I'm not going." And so that's how it's been. And right now, today, all of my children, they help me with family and friends of incarcerated people. They do different things. We're going to do our biggest event. And I got a shameless shout out. August 21st, y'all got to come down 4,000 blocks. Livingston Road. Got to come down there. Bring your children. I'll get 400 book bags.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But one of the things I know, I have seen the evidence. I know your children love you. Your daughters adore you. And so I just wanted to make sure that we had that conversation too, as a father, because fathers come in all different shapes, sizes, and experiences. And
I did these one quick thing. I try to get one of them to come out of a meeting that I set up for her, right? Because she done created Diamond Cubs. I wanted to get her on the radio. She like, I'm in a meeting. You can't come down here like that. I'm working.
Yes.
Radio though. And she wasn't having it.
Next time. Stuart, thank you so much. And thanks for sharing about the Black Fathers Matter motorcade. Hopefully folks will see you on Sunday. We'll be out there and have a great event, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you. If you stand on Florida Avenue, you'll never miss us.